it's me, Emily. Today we're going to be doing a video on being a pre-med major versus being a psychology major. I need to go check on my mac and cheese first. We've got some shells cooking. I'm eating lunch really late because I was very inspired earlier. Hi guys, my name is Emily. If you don't know me, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about being a pre-med major versus psychology major. I am super excited for this video because I'm just about completing my first semester as a psych/trauma counseling major, and I absolutely love it, and I just want to share with you kind of like a this versus this type of video, and I have a few categories, a few questions I'm going to answer, so let's get right into it. Okay, so friends, right now we have 5 categories that I'm going to be talking to you guys about, and that is mental health, workload, professors, course options, and time management/time requirement. So the first one on here is mental health. And I am just going to say very bluntly, I was a very unhappy student as a pre-med major. And of course this whole video is going to be generally my opinion and my experience, but I just hope it opens like a door, whether it's like a new opinion or a fresh perspective for those of you thinking about switching your major or thinking about switching to psychology or switching from pre-med. Essentially, as a pre-med major, I just felt like I was not happy with my classes. My life felt consumed by this major and by the notion that I did not want to be in this major, but I really just felt like I had to stay in there. Ooh. Anyway, I really just felt like I had to stay in the major, and I felt like I'd already put so much time and work into it that I couldn't leave, and then the thought of not being able to leave made me even more stressed out. Some classes that I was in, I just felt like I wasn't clicking with the information. Like, yeah, maybe I could get the work done, I could get an okay grade on the exam, but the information was not like clicking or sticking with me. So I feel like it really created like just a really bad environment for me. I wasn't never really excited to go to classes. It just felt like a duty, a requirement. So I really wasn't very happy, and my mental health suffered. Like, I remember I would be sitting there like crying over assignments, like about to cry while I'm taking a whole exam, because it's just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm so sad right now. And yeah, my mental health suffered a lot. Until I seek some help. I talked with an advisor who made me feel really okay about switching my major. So once I did switch my major, and I've been in this major for a semester now, and I love it. I am much happier. Honestly, I don't think I could be happier with my major. I don't think that there's another major that could suit me better than the one that I'm in right now. And I find that I just feel much more peaceful, and I am able to kind of balance school and life much easier without my school bleeding into my life. So now there's like a distinct line, and I have to say I'm very happy about that. I also feel like my stress levels are very low. Of course there's normal stress that comes with college, and there's normal burnout that comes with college, but my stress levels like towards my assignments and my classes are not nearly as high as they were last year. So overall mental health now is good, pre-med not good. The workload, number 2. I think that the pre-med workload was excessive, especially in my first semester. I did not get to choose my classes for my first semester. The university chose them. So I was stuck with 5 to 6 classes 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and no classes on Tuesday and Thursday. And that was so not helpful. You would think having days off would be helpful, but it wasn't. I just remember feeling like so stressed out, literally going back to back to back classes with 5-minute breaks in between. I do feel like I had an excessive amount of assignments too, which is normal when you're a pre-med major. There is a lot of work to be done in that major, because it's a dedicated one. You need to be dedicated. Not to scare you though. Not to scare you. I felt like I always had something due, or I was always missing an assignment, and that was just very stressful for me because I'm a very like I need an A, I need to do well, and then I just lost so much motivation because it just felt like no matter how much work I did, I still had more to do, which just made me not want to do my work, which gave me bad grades, which made me upset, which made me not want to do my work, which gave me bad grades, and the cycle continued, and that is why I failed like 2 classes last semester, plus Corona. 3 is the professors, but we're going to take a short intermission so that I can check on my mac and cheese because I'm really hungry. Personally, I feel like the professors in the psychology major, the major that I'm in right now, are so much more personable and they care more about your well-being than about your assignments and your grades and whatnot. Not to say that the pre-med professors were very like cold or anything, but in some ways they were. You can just tell that they have a PhD. Like they kind of carry themselves like, some of them I just like didn't even click with. And when you don't click with your professors or your classmates, that's another thing. I was not clicking with my classmates at all. I didn't like anybody in that major. I really feel like I had only 2 professors in my whole pre-med career of 1 year that really cared about my well-being, and that was my chem lab professor and my bio professor. They always talked to me about how I'm really doing, and they always made things so much easier, or just like they really just help you one-on-one. But my other pre-med professors were not like that. I feel like my psychology professors, they always make sure that they ask you, do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? You can always talk to me during this time or that time. If this worries you or if this due date isn't good for you for some reason. You know, like for example, I had to go to a funeral sometime this year, and I told my professor, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it to our Zoom meeting, but I will hand in the assignment on time. It was due that day. And she said, no problem, and take an extra day if you need it. And I was taken aback. I was like, okay, I will. Honestly, I don't think I ever turned that assignment in, and she gave me a 10 out of 10. So, like, that's what I'm saying. And I have to say that I do love my professors this semester so much. The 4th thing on here is course options, and I feel like in pre-med you had a very set course progression. So freshman year is this, sophomore year is this, and so on and so forth. And a lot of classes are prerequisites. So in order to take this, you have to take this, and it's just very set. But for psychology and the major that I'm in now, I literally can pick from so many different classes. And my professor, who's also my advisor, we were figuring out my spring semester, and he was just like, yeah, so up to you. You can either take marriage and family next year, or you can take this course next year. And I was like, I definitely want to take marriage and family. And it's just so nice to be able to choose that, because I feel like college should not just be about what you're supposed to take and what you need to take, but it should be about what you want to take because of what you want to do later in the future. You know, gen eds are non-negotiables, okay, but at least within my major I'm able to pick whether I want to take developmental or I want to take marriage and family. There's so many electives and classes that I can take that fit into my course load. So finally is the time management and / the time requirement. And obviously from talking about my workload, I'm sure you guys can tell, my pre-med year, my pre-med career was very demanding time-wise. I really feel like I always had something due, and it was so hard for me. Granted, I have gotten better at time management, but it was so hard for me to like do assignments and get them done on time, or gauge the amount of time it might take to finish an assignment. And that led to me not completing assignments or putting assignments off or handing them in late, and it just honestly always felt like a big mess. Like I always had something to do. Now, as I'm older and as I'm in a new major, I do feel like it's so much easier to maintain. I definitely enjoy having time for school and time for life and having a balance between the two. Now that we've covered all those topics, I just want to go into like a couple questions that I thought you guys might be wondering, and some questions that I've received just like in my direct message or as comments on videos. So the first question is, what exactly is your new major? To put it in a very simple terms, my major is called psychology / community trauma counseling. So basically I will get my bachelor's degree in 3.5 years. I only have 2.5 years to go, 2 years to go. And then I will get my master's in a total of 5 years. So instead of doing 4 undergrad and 2 graduate. I do like 3.5 undergrad and 1.5 graduate. So I will graduate from this campus with my master's degree in trauma counseling and a bachelor's degree in psychology, and then I can start working after just 5 years, which is amazing. I'm so happy about that. Another question I thought people might be wondering is like, is the psychology major easier? And I think that this is a subjective question because it's not necessarily easier, like, oh my gosh, thank God I chose this, pre-med was too hard for me. I didn't leave pre-med because it was hard. I left pre-med because it wasn't for me. I had no interest in what I was studying, and I just didn't want to be a doctor. So why am I studying to be a doctor if I don't want to be a doctor? Like, what? That is why I left pre-med, and a lot of the work, I couldn't even pass chemistry 2. I could not pass chemistry 2, so how was I going to do an organic chemistry? So honestly, I left pre-med for a slew of reasons, many of them logical, some of them more personal oriented. But I did not switch to psychology because I thought it would be easier. I switched to psychology because I love people, and I love the idea of working with people, especially children, and just being able to help them along their lives, not necessarily change them, but as a Christian counselor, like, I am really excited to help people who are in places that I've been. And I really feel like that will give me the meaningfulness that I want in my life's work. So you know what, maybe it is easier for me, but maybe it's just easier because I love it and I want to do it. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the assignments are writing, and I love writing. Writing is just easy for me and it comes naturally to me, so I guess you could say that it's easier, but it's not easier. Last question for this video is what my advice would be for people who are thinking of switching their major or leaving pre-med or switching to psychology. My advice, or like something that I would tell you, is it's okay to switch your major. It doesn't make you indecisive. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that you felt that you needed a change. I would definitely encourage you to really consider why you're switching your major, because any part of college, any major in college, it might just be difficult and there are going to be some bumps that you have to get over. So don't just switch if you're just feeling lazy, but definitely consider like the pros and cons and know that it's okay. I literally know so many people that I was in a major with last year in pre-med, and a lot of them switched to health sciences, they switched to fashion, nursing, marketing, like whatever. And those people are happier. And it's okay that the decision you made when you were about to graduate high school is not the decision that you want to stick with in your second year of college. It's really, really, really okay. Don't feel embarrassed, don't feel silly, don't feel stuck in your major, but make a choice that you feel is going to bring you to where you want to be in the future. I chose this major because I want to be a counselor in the future, and it is pretty much the perfect direct line to that job. So yeah, I am so excited. I'm so much happier, and I hope that this video was able to bring you guys some hope, some clarity if you're looking to switch your major. Also, if you are going to Jefferson or you're thinking about applying and you like how my major sounds, then definitely message me or comment down below, and I would love to give you more information and just chat with you about it. Or if you guys are interested, I would love to make another video. So yeah, that's all. I'm gonna eat my mac and cheese now. Honestly, I could have made this so much better, but oh my gosh, yeah. Alright guys, I love you all, but God loves you more. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and give this video a thumbs up and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah, bye. Oh, I was so hungry.